Well, hey there. Welcome to the October 22nd update for Hiking for Health California. And if this is like somehow the first one you've watched, even though there's a whole bunch before it, I'm Todd. And today we're going to talk about hiking 21 miles in a day. Woo! Let me tell you. Yeah, that's the big news for this update is yesterday with my son's Boy Scout troop, we completed for the merit badge what was supposed to be a 20-mile hike, but because of just the way things were set up, the place at the end where we could get vehicles into and set up to do the big final meal that we had prepared and everything for all of us who did the hike, um, it ended up being 21 miles. And you know, that's wow. Amazing. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, the Boy Scout Merit Badge for hiking, they require you do, I think it's 2 5-mile hikes, 2 10-mile hikes, and then a 20-mile hike. And then there's a few other things involved in there. You learn about certain things about hiking and leave no trace and all kinds of different things like that. Health wise, just different stuff you learn. Um, but the big application stuff to get it is you need to do those hikes, and they have to be done consecutively. You can't do, for my 10-mile hike I'm going to do 2 5s and just string them together. You have to do it all, just like the 20-mile hike has to all be done consecutively, one fell swoop. So we did that yesterday, and I got to tell you, my son and the other 8 boys in the troop who took part in this did fantastic. They maintained an incredible pace all day long. We kind of hoped that, like, for the first 5 or 6 miles, we could keep them at a 18-minute mile, somewhere within 3 miles an hour. Otherwise, because we started at 7 o'clock, somewhere around 7:30ish in the morning, we were going to be until 7 at night, and at this time of year, that would be dark and things like that. So we were kind of hoping we could keep them at least for the first part, at that pace. I tell you what, these guys, they out-hiked me even by the end. By the end, I was the last one coming in. Almost the last one coming in. Just they really did great, and they maintained that pace the whole time. Got in, like I said, we started about 7:30. They got in at about the final point at about 4:30ish, 4:45, to eat the awesome dinner that our support crew had, and a big thanks to Lana and Jim, my wife, and the Scoutmaster, for being that main support crew. They were fantastic. Every 5-ish or so miles, because again, it's not an exact thing, because it's wherever you can, when the trail, and I'll talk about the trail in a minute, when the trail moves to a public area, we can get the cars in and stuff like that. So it's 5-ish or so miles. Every 5 miles, we had something going. The first 5 miles or so was Nimbus Fish Hatchery, and we had a station set up there where the kids could get grapes, water, replenish their water, things like that. And I'll talk more about this when I do the actual hike report. But just some of the basics here. We had stations set up every 5-ish or so miles for either some kind of a break to replenish supplies, so we're not carrying them all on our back all at once, or a lunch break, another break to replenish supplies, and then the final stop at the end where we had a dinner barbecue going and all that kind of good stuff. So, and they just did awesome. Like I said, I think they maintained probably an 18-mile-an-hour pace through the whole day. For me, by the time we got to the end, I was doing a 21, I think. By the time I hit mile 20, I was, I wasn't doing no 18. And I am sore, but you know what? Did it, 21 miles in one day. That's pretty good. I know there's some through hikers out there going, okay, normal. Yeah, you're right, I get it. But for this troop of 9 boys who ranged from, I think, 13 to 16 or so, that's pretty darn good. And then most of the adults on the trip are occasional hikers. You know, they don't. Yeah, they're not like regular hiking all the time, hiking every day at all. So you know, doing a 20 mile in one day is a feat for them. I mean, even I, like I said, man, by the end I was just dog tired. My feet were tired. Everything was sore. Everything is sore today. Um, and I've been hiking regularly. You know, last week I pushed it to 13 just to make sure I could get up there in the distances and stuff like that. So it's you know, if I were, you know, doing a big through hike and you know, I started out at 10s and 15s and then, okay, I can start whipping out 20s after about a week because I got my hiking legs and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's a little different. But if you're just an occasional hiker or even one that does just kind of regular little training hikes like I do, 20 miles in a day is a haul. And I'm really proud of them doing it. So, but that was the biggie, and that's really the big stuff for this week because this is a non-weight check week. Next week will be another weight check and see how that's going. Again, I'm doing my best to keep that from being a pressure. I still want to lose weight, obviously. I have a long way to go, and I am still doing the whole calorie counting thing and exercising regularly, including a 20-mile hike and all that kind of stuff. But I am not dwelling on this goal of, oh, at such day I have to weigh myself, and it's got to be. I'm just not doing that because I've been told by more than one person that sometimes just kind of works against you. You just got to live life. Yes, count those calories, watch what your intake is, and mind what your outtake is. You know, you're exercising and things like that. So you're burning calories as well as taking them in, and that's what I'm trying to do to try and get it all off. So there we go. That's pretty much this week's update. 21-mile hike is pretty good, and look for on the channel. Look for that actual hike report because we'll be going through. I'll go through a few more details there, and you know, kind of that kind of form. But other than that, it was pretty cool. And again, shout out to our support team who was there for us. And man, what a cool hike at the American River Parkway, which is a large green belt that follows the American River all the way from up in the Folsom area, which is about where we started, all the way into downtown Sacramento, where it meets with some of the bigger rivers, the Sacramento River and things like that. And we picked out about a 20-mile chunk from around up there near Folsom, and we got to close to the Sacramento State University campus is about where we ended. So about 20 miles there. And it's really cool trail. The American River Bike Trail is along that whole, winds through that whole thing, crisscrosses the river several times. The actual hiking trail is called the Jedediah Smith Memorial Trail, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it goes through some neat areas and just a lot of fun. And you see the American River several times. You cross it several times. A lot of cool stuff to see there. It was cool. So, as always, thank you so much for keeping track of me and you who are watching on either YouTube or Facebook or keeping up with my posts on Instagram. Thank you so much. Always appreciate that. And that's about it. So we will see you, that's right, next week.